man, all you Xbox are done. You X-Charge are finished. Xbox is dead because PlayStation knocked out of the park yesterday with their amazing showcase. I got my t-shirt now. Yeah, you might say, oh, that guy's a flip-flopper. Say all you want. They knocked it out with a bunch of third-party videos and trailers and stuff like that. And the VR headsets and the games that they're showing was pretty much the only thing they needed to show to knock it out of the park and knock down Xbox with one swing to the chin. And they also got two extra exclusive games that they showed, and it was awesome. And why am I getting interrupted here?
What? What?
Suck it, Xbox, and you Xbox fans. Bro. You got nothing. You got nothing.
You know, you are the only pony that I see who's not just taking his L. For real?
Nah, man. You know, Sony never takes an L, man. They show exclusive games after exclusive games, quality AAA games, nonstop pumping it out from their amazing studios, and same with their hard. Now they got a handheld coming on board. Oh my god! I mean, how can you not be excited for this?
If you say so, I'm gonna still say no because that's not what happened. But no, really though.
You must be seeing from different angles, some different optics, because they not. I'm telling you, man. All they needed to do was just they could have started with the VR stuff, and then that's it. Game over.
Man, they showed a movie trailer. Okay, in the middle of a game show, they showed a movie trailer. What's up, Punny?
That's just them showing how much they expanded their portfolio is diverse now. Now they're not just doing games, handhelds. They're doing movies now, and moving on there, the most popular, the most played racing sim game ever, Turismo, baby. Woo!
Yo, realist man. Yo, tag, you're in, bro. I can't.
I mean, great time to be a PlayStation fan. I mean, look, we tried to tell all of you bots to, sell your Xboxes, man. I mean, I look, we've been telling you guys that Xbox is dead, and Sony finally drove the nail in the coffin. I mean, I don't know what else is going to take for you bots to get the message, but there it is. I mean, Xbox is not innovating. Here we are on PlayStation enjoying our VR, 600,000 units sold.
Woo!
And growing. I mean, it's only a matter of time before it catches on. And I mean, Resident Evil is always a PlayStation VR exclusive.
Yep.
Well, nothing different here. We're still waiting for Half-Life Alyx, a Valve property, to come over to Xbox. But to PlayStation, I'm sorry. But hey, it is what it is, man. You bots. That's all I can tell you guys, really. I mean, if that show didn't amaze you and show you the next stage of PlayStation 5 and why the Xbox is dead and obsolete, I don't know what else will. I mean,
the press was saying the same thing, bro. The press was saying the same thing.
Who was saying the same thing?
The press.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, look, I don't know. Like one day, look, I'm on Twitter from time to time, man, and I noticed
just every now and then.
Yeah,
right.
No, look, 40,000 tweets in 2.5 years.
So look,
I don't know why the bots think that suddenly the press is going to swing over towards Xbox, the number 3 selling console, the least sold, the least played, the least amount of purchases. Look, that Sony's got them in their back pocket. I mean, who else would you want? You know what I mean? I wouldn't want Microsoft, hands in my pocket. No. Let's deal with the winner. Who wants to deal with the losers? I don't know about you guys. I mean, maybe in your era they gave up participation trophies, but we only deal with winners in the media, and that's right. I don't blame them.
PlayStation puts in the hard work. They grow organically from within, not trying to buy, a whole publisher twice. Okay,
it's desperation.
They're not buying whole developers just to port their games to PC.
Yeah, Microsoft is just desperate, man. That's why they got to go buy whole publishers, take games away from other platforms after saying that they wouldn't, and then, they can't grow organically. You know why? Because they don't have anybody to grow organically with. So all they can do is buy up the industry, entertain us.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Y'all should get Emmys, bro. I can't even. I can't even.
With just Beat Saber by itself, it's like Xbox got knocked out.
That was a definite showstopper, bro.
Yes, it was. And that day, after that show was over, and I saw Beat Saber, I went out to the store and bought me a headset.
Knocked you out like Apollo Creed.
Yes.
Wow. Bot tears and oil were squirting
It's
all
on
over
the-
the floor
it's on the-
when that was announced.
On the VR also. So Creed, man. It's awesome. Yeah. It's amazing.
Creed is pretty good.
Spider-Man looked insanely good. It looked the most next gen game that you can get. It was awesome.
It totally looked way better than the last 2 games they had on PS4, and it didn't look anything just like it at all. No, it looked better somehow.
What's up, 100?
I mean,
Always showing up.
Did you see that symbiote suit, man? I mean,
bro,
look,
Dog, it was
we were
on
waiting for
point.
next gen.
It was on point with the
Yeah.
comics, with the movie, everything. It was.
it
on
totally
point.
didn't look like an 8-year-old drew it. It totally didn't look.
Don't
like
be
that.
jelly, Xbox.
Dude,
Don't be
What?
jelly.
What are you
Yeah,
talking
sound-
about? I'm
sounding
just
a little jelly
saying.
right now.
I'm not sounding jelly. I'm just
You
saying.
sound- you
Doesn't
sound a
it
little
doesn't
jelly
look like
there.
an 8-year-old?
Jelly in my belly.
Drew it.
That's what you sounded like, man.
Oh wow!
Bro,
Wow!
did you see the
Fall back
power-
on that one.
Did you see the power of the SSD being flexed when you flew through the window?
Oh man.
Oh yeah, and all the trees
SSD
popping in
went
the
like,
background.
Only possible
Yeah.
on PS4.
Yeah, man. Shout out to J Rock for letting everybody see the glory. Man, he's starting to figure it out, bro.
Insomniac and Wizards, man. Mark Cerny.
Look at that. Look who made a special appearance. Unlimited Productions. There
What
was
up?
some good on the show, but overall, I didn't think it was a good show, especially since Sony didn't do Showcase or E3 anymore. He doesn't know what he's talking about, man. It was a fantastic.
I mean, look
show.
at his avatar.
Yeah.
It's green, so obviously he's a bot.
He's a bot for real, man.
Yeah.
You got to put blue in there, man. This guy, I don't know, man. I don't know what to think about this guy, and I think he's in Houston too. He's one of my neighbors. So like,
I don't know if he's
Well,
from
you should
Houston,
sort
man.
him out.
He might be from Dallas, man.
yeah, I
You
don't
should sort
know.
him out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We don't own bots here in
Take care of
Houston.
that.
man.
Yeah, it's insane. You got Beat Saber coming to VR. You got Snaps going to VR. You got Crossfire Shooter Squad. Not like that Crossfire X that got closed down on VR. You got Arizona Sunshine 2 going to be RE4 coming to. Man, come on now. It's like
Look,
if you're not sold on that, then I don't know what to tell you, man. You just get yourself a
2 years, and Sony came through in a major way with this showcase yesterday.
phone. Look at
I
that.
mean,
Exactly.
I don't know what Xbox could possibly do to counter that.
Foam Stars. Man, come on. Nobody can match Foam Star. Woo!
Bro.
Soon can.
Splatoon can't. What's that other one? With the squirt gun thing, even before Splatoon, it was around.
I don't know what kind of games you playing, bot, but you need to keep
Nerf.
your squirting to
The
yourself.
Nerf game. Yeah, Nerf can't handle that.
No, Splatoon is the truth, man. I mean, you bots are just mad because Square Enix is working exclusively with PlayStation. I don't blame you.
So
I
is
be jealous
Bungie.
too.
Oh wait, no, they're not.
And look, Xbox people trying to take this little thing and try to make it their own. And IGN came from behind and say, you know what, we're gonna cut out the Xbox part and we're just gonna show the games that are coming to PlayStation. Man, you guys trying to steal our games? Get out of here with that crap, man.
They spitting truth over there, man. You see, like, did you see what it said? Xbox takes to Twitter to show everybody that the games are on Xbox.
Yeah,
too.
look at IGN's got our back, man. It's like Sony may have revealed tons of games, including Metal Gear Solid 3 remake at the PlayStation Showcase, but Microsoft has taken to Twitter to make it clear that a dozen of those games are also coming to Xbox. Hey, what are you trying to steal our thunder
Like
for?
anybody cares,
You know
man.
what?
Nobody cares.
Make your own thunder. Why are you trying to take ours?
Nobody cares if they're coming to Xbox. Bots don't buy games.
You guys just done. you guys are desperate for some attention right now because you got it all taken away. PlayStation comes in on an almost shadow show, and you guys have no answers, man. You guys, it's crazy. It's crazy out there.
Bots wish they could play that. They would.
Bro.
And with the way Sony does exclusivity,
Look at that. That's a
they
bot
might-
space
they
right
might
now.
extend it.
That's every bot has this look right now.
Look like they're
Right there.
faking, like they're happy.
Like they're faking it, like they getting mad.
Yeah.
What's up,
Bots
Dr.
wish
Body?
they could play that Phantom Blade, but Unfortunately, they have to deal with Redfall.
Yep, exactly.
I mean, we don't know when it's coming out, but it looks phenomenal. Look at it.
But as long as we know one day it's going to come out.
Exactly.
And Xbox will
Blade
have it.
0, which lets you know they're already ready for 1. So we're creating a major franchise here. It's so good to be here on PlayStation.
Heck yeah, man. I went out and got me the headset, and I got me 3 more controllers. I don't know what I need 3 more for, but I'm going to buy me controllers just for my PlayStation.
Did you get a black one? Did you get a red one? Did you get a blue one? Or did you get a green one?
I even got the new Edge one, man. That's how much money I spent.
But you'll never get it in green. Don't do that. Don't do that.
No, I ain't getting no green, man. You want me to poison my fingers? Nah, man, I can't do that.
Yeah.
I gotta keep my kids safe, man. Can't bring all that poison in this house. What's wrong with you?
And look at this shot across the bow at the people who came out trying to say that Sony doesn't support indie studios. Like this showcase has so many indies.
Yeah.
That any one of these indies, they're just mad because they couldn't sell their games, man. Because it's not because of Sony. Sony, look at this support. Look at this.
Wilkin, welcome, Wilkin. Yeah, you guys buy the Project Q? Man, I'll buy anything right now.
As long as it has a PlayStation logo, I'm buying it.
You gonna get those earbuds?
You know I am.
You can use them here on the show.
Hey, Bots wish they had Xbox buds. So look.
Vodka's like that. That's a bot's face because it's black. I actually I did look like that.
Bro, those buds, the Wii U, the like Wii U add-on, that is fire. Like,
man, you guys don't even have.
I know you're buying today.
You guys have to.
I totally got to use that to go with my ROG Ally because the Ally can't do that at all.
See that? You got to get a ROG Ally. You got to get a ROG Ally, a third-party maker, to play Game Pass. We gain a native handheld. Take that, bot.
Yeah, can't play it outside the house though.
I can't say nothing to that. I can't just use my phone with a controller snapped on there, and I can't.
It's just not the same, man. You got to have a dedicated handheld that looks like a PlayStation controller, that has the haptic feedback, that has all the features that a standalone controller has, and you don't have that. So take that.
Yeah, you got to support the developers. You got to buy those $70 games. Then you can stream it from your console.
We support the studios. You guys just play and rent. That's what you guys.
Xbox is ruining gaming. I mean, you guys, it's about time to get killed off. And this show finally did the trick.
It's so sad. You guys are coping so bad. Just sell your system, bro.
Seethe, malt, and cry.
Just sell it, man. If you got one, just sell it. You have no use for it, man.
There's always going to be some diehards left behind to act like everything is all right, Tech.
I know.
Acting like they like Redfall. Acting like Phil has been giving them the goods when he should be fired. You already know.
Yeah.
You already know. They won't. They're like roaches. They don't die.
If
there'll always be this little random ragtag group of Xbox who just refuse to go away. You can't freeze them out. They just, hey, look, let them sit back and act like they're having fun while we're waiting on our games on PlayStation.
That's right, man. We got the Super Event Future Super Duper SSD. We got the best controller in the market, even though it has a poor battery life, but still you can connect it. You can connect it with a super duper wire.
Plug it up. Well, you made the plunge and you got that the Edge controller. Everybody ain't able. As for me, I have to plug mine in and play with it while it's plugged in. And
Tech is a baller, man. That's why he plays on PlayStation.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to be a baller to play on PlayStation. That's why we talk about it. That's why we're PlayStation fans. We like to show everybody how much money we have by buying these $70 games.
Yeah.
And letting the developers know how we support them.
There are times that, I unplug the PlayStation 5 and just take it with me to the store just to show everybody, hey, I got PlayStation, bro. What do you got? I got my Switch. Get out of here with that.
Yeah. I mean, but when you go to Walmart, they're like stuffed in the shelves. So it's like, it's not like it was when it first dropped. You know, like now there's like everywhere. Like I went to Target and there were 8 of them just stuffed in there. Target. But, you know, hey, we're still special. We're still special. PlayStation's crushing MPD. Yeah.
Not the kind of special that's in the little bus either.
No. I mean, it's quite obvious. Only the intellectually inclined will buy a PlayStation 5. So
you know why the PlayStation is white, right? With all the white controllers and the white accessory. White is right, baby. Woo!
What about the little bit of black?
That's just to get a little accent there. Woo!
Oh man, but yeah, that show, man. Hey, if
why even bother having an Xbox show next time? Why even bother?
I don't know what Xbox could possibly do to, like, honestly, like if Xbox showed up and they don't have at least 3 CGI trailers for third-party games and 6 indies. I mean, at least let us know that they want to get into the VR space. Then it's an L for me.
Why?
I mean,
why even get into VR? They won't sell anything, man. People are gonna think, is that on Game Pass? Can I rent it? That's what they'll say, man.
Well, I mean, most of the VR games are made by third parties. So I mean, if the bots are so cheap to just hope that everything goes to Xbox, that's on them.
Yeah. It's on them.
You know, but at some point the bots got to start buying games. They got to start supporting Xbox, and you know, in places other than Twitter. Yeah, because I mean, otherwise they're not going to try to do much.
Man, here's the killer game right now on the screen.
Foam Stars.
Foam Stars, baby.
Look at this. You're surfing on freaking foam. That is awesome.
Yeah, and bubbles. You bounce off bubbles, man. Only the SSD can make that happen.
Dishwasher simulator.
Look at that.
Wow.
Yeah. So
it depends on how much that costs. Seriously, though, I mean, because I like Splatoon.
I never played it because I'm only PlayStation, baby. Woo!
Well, yeah. I mean, how could you limit yourself on one console, though?
I know.
Yeah, I mean, you have to own them all, right? Isn't that our narrative?
We're ballers, man. It's easy.
Ballers.
Yeah, but if we're ballers, you know, you can't limit yourself to one console. You're missing out on so much. Right? That's what we say, right? We can't be hypocrites.
Yeah. Hey, you know, so at this point, I wish I had my Xbox shirt underneath so I could start transform.
Oh my god! Hey, I tapped out early, bro. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, you did get quiet.
I just like, just like, man. Yeah, like I was saying in the beginning. A shout out to the PlayStation fans, man. The big name ones, you know the ones, bro. All the worst dudes you see all the time, always up to no good. They generally all were like, yeah, man. They at least they admitted it. So what can I say? Let me just start.
I actually don't know any real good like I guess civil PlayStation guys to even follow. I don't know any. So I don't know those type of fans if they really like the show or not. You know.
All I know is every PlayStation fan of whatever breed has said
it's not good.
Bad. Yeah.
No, I mean it wasn't a knockout of the park show. It wasn't. It truly wasn't.
Nope.
You know, I'll give it its credit when it's due, but it's like this time it's just like no. It's like there was really nothing that really said, "Oh, wow," nothing. You know. And then it was Spider-Man. Spider-Man should have been like the game that makes you drop your jaw, but dude, like everybody says, after looking at it again, it looked like crap. Like it was a downgrade from the previous one.
Yeah.
You know, Spider-Man in the black symbiotic, whatever goo, he looked like Gumby.
Yeah, bro. It looked terrible. And let's not also forget what we heard before even. It's not even co-op. It doesn't even look like it's still the same city. They do a cutscene to show him get out his apartment or whatever, the house.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden they teleport his ass to freaking Manhattan. Like what again? They don't even show all of New York City. Get the SSD for all of that. And then shout out to J Rock. This is what I was alluding to earlier. He did that video of that little clip of and showing you all the popping.
Oh, the comparison?
No, it would just a clip of the video, right? So there's a spot where Spider-Man is swinging, and he zooms in, and you see the trees are popping in the background there.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see that one.
I thought the SSD was supposed to handle all of that. And to be honest, like literally, I don't mean that sarcastically. Remember, that was the first thing that they showed us running on PS5 hardware with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And he used how he could fly through the city faster than the character can, just to show you that that's how quick the drive was loading it up. But then popping in the background. Clearly, this is just the same engine, maybe tweaked a little bit more from what they learned from the remaster and whatnot, right? But really, this is just more content in sort of like a tech upgrade, a true next gen update, right? Is because it's not doing anything. Not doing.
So is it supposed to be like a tag team?
I don't even know.
Yeah, I mean, from what it looks like, is like they're gonna be scenes where you tag Miles in and then tag back to Peter Parker.
Wait, so who's who?
They're both
like it's a black. Is a symbiotic one Morales?
No, that's Spider-Man. Miles Morales still has the same suit on.
Yeah.
Oh,
the little black suit with the red Spider-Man on it.
Yeah. Miles Morales never got the Venom symbiote on him, so yeah, that never happened. That's not what ever happened to Peter Parker.
But no, I try to tell people this yesterday, man. I mean, Phil Spencer even said it. He's like, we're kind of like reach what we're going to see when it comes to visuals. It's about performance now. I mean, how much better do we expect the games to look? Now, the game looks like last gen, right? But through the power of the SSD, you get to move faster, you get to hit wind tunnels and things like that. Now, we've been making jokes, but that's the truth. Like all the flying and fast movements, that's what we should be looking for in next gen. How much better can they make the game look?
Yeah.
I mean, at what point are we not playing video games? We're trying to make movies. I mean, Sony already does that with their other games. They at least try to make you feel like it's a movie, make it look as realistic as possible. That's why they had to try to create the narrative around the whole filmic quality and all this stuff. So we should look to expect more, performance out of these games and higher resolution with better frames versus like expecting them to make the game look so much better than we saw before. Because honestly, with most of these games, unless they go for like a cartoony quality, the next step up is to make it look real. Or like this thing looks almost like what? Let me see, like a Pixar type of movie. I don't know what people really want from it. I'm not a Spider-Man fan, and the people on PlayStation who are, I'm thinking they're happy right now. But at the end of the day, they still waited a year for it.
They're happy that a new Spider-Man game is coming out.
And if you notice,
they're not happy. Like, oh my god, it was so great. Yeah,
if you notice that game does not have a date.
No, it just said fall 2023.
Yeah,
but when? So, I guess they're thinking when to release it because Starfield's coming out in November, or was it September, right?
It's going to come out in the fourth quarter of fall, bro.
Yeah, they're probably waiting to see when the other games are out so they don't come out at the same time. They're going to wait till Microsoft announces those dates, then say afterwards. Yeah. So that way they don't bump up.
So they're being careful when they release it.
Yeah, they don't want to do that.
But then there's another Call of Duty coming out November, October.
Right. So it's real tough for them. When are they going to do it? They could even delay it.
They've shown what they would do with a Call of Duty, though. Like, they'll bundle it.
Yeah.
Which is what they'll have to do to move units if they release it around COD.
Yeah.
Because September, if it was coming in September, they would say it was. It's obviously coming like towards November, towards the end of fall. If it comes in, because this is why they leave the windows. They leave a window. And so right before the end of fall, you announce that we pushed it into 2024. which is where I said it was going to go anyway. Because otherwise, they would have laid a date down.
Yeah. Guess we'll see.
But if it does come in fall, it's not going to be early fall. It's going to be late fall.
Yeah. So was there anything that you saw, whether it's multi-plat or I don't even know which one was exclusive besides the VR stuff in Spider-Man? I thought there was like 2 or 3 games that were exclusive.
The Haven game is exclusive. The Fire Sprite is exclusive.
What about
Phantom Blade Zero is exclusive.
Okay.
Is it coming to PC even?
There's a few.
They didn't announce. They announced their multiplayer multiplayer games as going to PC too, but not the third-party games.
Because that's the only one game I was interested in looking in. But even then, I saw things that make me think a lot of what we saw that we think is actually gameplay is probably just a QTE segment in the animations. I was mentioning that in that space we were on.
Yeah. The one that stood out early, and I thought, somebody finally made a Starships Trooper game. What's that? Helldivers 2. And it turned out to be Helldivers 2, not just a Starship Trooper game.
Well, like Tech, you're OG Pony. Did you ever play Helldivers 1?
No.
Okay.
I never even heard of it.
And it's funny that a lot of PlayStation fans that I'm seeing, like, what is this? Like, dude, you call yourself a PlayStation fan and you don't even know what Helldivers is. Out of here, man.
No. Yeah, when I saw the title that said Helldivers 2, I'm like, what happened to 1? It's like I never even heard of it.
And like, out of all the IP that they were hoping to be resurrected, Helldivers is the one that they bring back.
Yeah.
So, but I was going through this with a pony in a space earlier today. It's like, no, it wasn't a pony. It was Game Heroes. They should have brought this back and they should have brought that back. But you got to realize Insomniac is making Wolverine and Spider-Man. They don't have time to make a Resistance.
They're busy. Yeah.
And then the SOCOM and Mad game, that studio no longer exists. So who are they gonna task to make it? You know, so like you can't tell Jade Raymond and Haven, hey, now screw Smile Game, whatever the name of that game is. What's the name of that game? Something fair play, fair game, or something like that.
Yeah, I wasn't even.
Fair game.
Whatever.
Fair game. Yeah.
You can't tell them, hey, screw fair games, go make, SOCOM. This is what they wanted to make. They wanted to make a Payday knockoff, which pretty much is what they described.
Payday, that's the game that's like, right. Yes.
They described Contraband as being that same type of game. And that's what I find interesting more than anything, that they showed that game before Microsoft showed gameplay to Contraband. So they showed this little CGI trailer. So I want to see Contraband from Microsoft. They want to go head to head in that type of game. It looks like they're going after Nintendo and Splatoon and Microsoft for Contraband.
Yeah. What do you guys think about the fact that they didn't mention anything about GTA 6? And do you think Xbox will get the marketing? Man, Xbox never gets the marketing stuff because
GTA
Xbox has poor marketing. We've been saying that for years.
Not 3, 4.
You've been saying that for years. I don't think Microsoft has poor marketing.
I never seen anything. And I know I'm just speaking for myself, but I never see anything though.
Look, Microsoft markets the hell out of Game Pass, and
I want to see billboards. I want to see a thing on the building of downtown Dallas.
It's advertising, right?
I want to see when I go to the train stop, there's that pillar that has an ad of something, and it's always PlayStation.
So you really think that bus advertisements and train advertisements help them sell more PlayStations?
Ask PlayStation guys. That's why they got 600 million consoles sold.
I don't think so. I think that everybody knows that Xbox exists. Everybody knows that PlayStation exists. What's going to need to happen is that when people look for a specific game and they find that it's not on a PlayStation or an Xbox, that's what might help them make the decision. Because other than that, PlayStation's been around. PlayStation developed acquired their fan base back when PlayStation 2 was selling as a DVD player. So now it's pretty much synonymous with gaming. Microsoft is on football advertisements, football commercials. They're everywhere. They're on TV
Come on now,
shows.
you know the Surface gets more airtime than Xbox.
Well, in football, maybe because everybody's using the Surface, but but they're out there and people know they exist. It's going to come down to the games and people and them telling people that they can only get it here, right? But it can't just be any game.
Yeah,
and once the Call of Duty advertisement ends, you'll see a lot of people will understand that it's not just on PlayStation. PlayStation offers you nothing different, but Microsoft does a great job with advertising Game Pass, and that's the Trojan horse because Xbox, whether we like it or not, advertising just Xbox on its face, that didn't get the job done.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that there's an Xbox. Everybody goes to the same Walmarts and see a PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo, and they make their decision. I'm not going to say that they're bad at marketing because a game like Grand Theft Auto, everybody knows it exists. But if either Grand Theft Auto isn't coming anytime soon or Microsoft has the marketing. And if PlayStation had the marketing, they would have let everybody know yesterday. That's the way I see it. If the game is coming anytime soon, I don't see like a nice landing spot for it the rest of the year. But it's going to be like Cyberpunk, which a game that Microsoft had the marketing to that didn't work out. They also had the marketing for Battlefield, and Battlefield didn't come through. Before I say Microsoft doesn't do a good job of marketing, I would say that Microsoft got some stinkers through their deals because Cyberpunk, although it was a good game for me, I played it on. I'm still playing it on PC and Xbox.
What, Cyberpunk?
A great cross-play, progression system that they have.
Yeah,
and it was a good game. It still is a good game. The DLC will be even better.
Yeah, but how long did it take to get good?
It was always good. Like
it was always
for me,
good.
I never played it on the OG Xbox.
Yeah,
but see, it was bad on OG Xbox and PlayStation 4, and they got a bad rep. But Microsoft had the marketing. Remember, we had the Cyberpunk console, custom console. We're always asking for
the hard controller. I got the controller.
Drive. Yeah, but the game didn't come out. We had the Battlefield marketing on Xbox. So Microsoft does get games. It's just like, man, like
it just be bad luck that they be blowing up in ways that's not under their control.
Right.
It's like it happened, and it had nothing to do with them. Just bad luck.
If they could somehow get Grand Theft Auto, we know Grand Theft Auto won't miss. But so far, PlayStation seems to have been getting all the marketing when it comes to Rockstar games. Even Red did.
But they had the marketing for Grand Theft Auto 4. Remember the tattoo on what's his name's arm? On Peter Moore's arm, right? We had the content, all of that. And then for 5, it went back to PlayStation, but it wasn't like some kind of advantage, though. I don't think. No, it wasn't even I don't even think they had a marketing thing. It's just that in some slight ways, this was the beginning of the drama with Digital Foundry, where everybody hates them, right?
Mm-hmm.
At least on the Xbox side, when they started nitpicking, even on 360 and PS3, to say that the PS3 version was somehow better, and then later on with the Xbox One and PS4 versions, right? But I think that really ended with Grand Theft Auto 4. Generally, the big Rockstar games, because they're so big now, they don't need either one. But they know to release on everything, including PC. Like PC will get a delay, right? Because they'll focus on the console versions and then give the PC versions the attention they need. They proved that with 5 and with Red Dead 2, right? That they'll give those versions the attention they need and just put the console version first. And even then, they seem to really be working. They spend a lot of money on advertising and development when it comes to Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead, those big titles they have. So, no, I think they don't need either one. It seems like that for one way or another because Grand Theft Auto was tied to PlayStation in the early the first 3 games, particularly that third one, and then also San Andreas and Vice City, the off versions of those 3 of 3. So yeah, it's just been a whole thing with them, but that really ended, I think. And it ended a while ago, but it still has that perception.
So one of the games I saw was Towers of Ashaba. That looked like a total ripoff to Horizon. She was gliding all over the place.
Yeah.
And I was like, well,
I mean, but Ubisoft has a game that's a ripoff of Zelda, but I love it a lot.
here it
What do you
is.
call that?
This is Horizon, but with live animals, not robots.
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, this is totally Horizon. I don't know if this is a multiplat or exclusive.
Even the thing that she's hanging on to glide.
Yes.
Is very reminiscent.
At least they got sky animals to land on.
But
Yeah,
honestly,
whales.
does that game interest y'all though?
No, it just looks the same. Like it just proven that anybody can do it, right?
You see, it says coming 2024. It doesn't say on PlayStation or PC, so that's probably a multiplat.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater. I never played it, but everybody's telling me. Even the guy I went to GameStop the other day. When was the show? It was yesterday, right?
Yesterday, yeah.
So I went to GameStop yesterday and picked up a game. And while I was checking out, the guy was saying, "Hey, the PlayStation show is on." I was like, "Oh, really? I forgot that the thing was happening today." And he goes, "Yeah." I say, "Guess what's coming out?" And I'm like, "What?" Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater. One, the like pretty much the best Metal Gear that's out there. I'm like, oh, okay. I never played it, so I can't know if it's the best one. But I'll be looking forward to it.
Well, Metal Gear is a series I got a lot of history with. You know, when you get the NES, I had the NES, and that was the first cartridge I got after the pack in Super Mario Brothers Duck Hunt. That was the first game I got, and so the Metal Gear series, big fan of the plot, all of that, right? Like I know, watch YouTube videos on it, discuss with people, So 3 was a pretty big title, right? And it was ported, with that remaster version we had a while back on 360, and they've always kept it up to date on the newer systems that it could run at high resolutions, whatnot, so it always stays looking good, as good as it can. Right.
Yeah.
But I was just reading before the show that they're keeping all the voice work and stuff. So this is really a remaster, not a remake. It sounds like they're putting graphics on top of the old engine running. It's like running on top of the old engine, at least. Yeah. And it's nothing I've seen yet. But the fact that they're keeping all the voice work and stuff, that already says all of that to me. Like, you don't have that without the other part.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be playing it. Yeah. Yes.
I'm a Metal Gear fan. I'll probably get it unless it looks terrible.
Well, I played the first one.
Metal Gear Nintendo.
I played the first one on NES, and I didn't play anything like 2, 3, whatever it is, until was it 4? It's called Patriots or something.
Yeah, Guns of the Patriots. That's the 4th.
Yes. So that I played. So anything between Guns of the Patriots and the original one, I didn't play any of those. So I don't know. Yeah, I did.
You beat Guns of the Patriots, but see,
I did play Phantom Pain.
Phantom Pain. I never beat. I never beat Phantom Pain.
Yes.
Okay.
No. I'm sorry. Patriots. All right. It
was on PS3.
Yes, and I played that and I finished it. And Phantom Pain, I also played it and finished it. But I didn't like it as much as Patriots. I think I like Patriots better.
Yeah, me too. But it's only because, with the whole, behind the scenes drama, that the game really wasn't completed as intended, right? Yeah. And there's a point in the game where you could tell, like, and that's why I stopped playing exactly at that moment, right? So up until then, I felt it was better. But Guns of the Patriots was like the culmination, right, of a lot of plot points. Right?
Patriots had some long cutscenes.
Right, but that was reward. Like they learned but yeah, see, this is the thing everybody says now, but don't remember. That's what happened in Metal Gear 2. Metal Gear 1 wasn't like that. Like the cutscenes were the rewards for beating the boss of the level, and then it would progress the story. Like stuff would happen to progress the next aspect of what's going to happen in the story. Metal Gear 2 went way off the rails and messed it up, but that stopped after that. Metal Gear 4, you could say that, but it definitely did. But at that point, it was resolving all the plot points from all the multiple games all in one, right?
Yeah.
So it was like answering all that stuff. So that made sense. But even then, You had gameplay between those, big chunks of gameplay, and then you would have these long ass cutscenes. Some that went on for like 2. I think that the ending went on for like 2 hours or something. Literally,
it's a whole movie, huh?
It's like a whole long ass thing. But to
Oh,
me,
no.
it went over
Questions
quick
on
because
that.
I was a big fan and wanted everything to happen. But like, you don't play that game unless you played and were interested in the other one. Because if not, you're just not going to get anything out of it.
Yeah.
It really just will make very little sense to you.
I'll tell you this, man. When I played Patriots and had those long cutscenes, those scenes, I was always afraid if I shut it down, I'm gonna lose it. I won't be able to see. I won't. It's gonna forward me to the next gameplay, right?
Right.
I won't be able to pick up where I left off on the
but it
cutscene.
saves right as it gets triggered. So yeah, like they must.
So I
have
never
learned
tried.
that lesson
I've
not to
always
mess it up.
waited until the scene was over. I was like, okay, now I shut it down.
Yeah, and you can't skip it in the first playthrough.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that
Yeah, you can't skip it in the first playthrough
because I never tried to skip
You
it. I
only
was
do that.
always afraid to say, I want to watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
I don't
But
know,
yeah,
I
man.
bought that bundle like 2 months ago that you just had up. It was like $10 for the first 3 games. I mean, if they're just remastering instead of remaking, I don't see a point in buying it just because it's Metal Gear and I used to like it a lot.
Right. Unless they add more to the gameplay element, in the engine, like they tweak the engine to do more.
It needs to
stuff.
be a remake, bro.
It needs to be a remake, but the
After
fact that
all
they're
these
keeping all the
years?
voice work, bro, if they make a whole remake, but just keep all the audio, that's jank. But at the same time, I don't want different voice actors and all that other stuff either as a fan, right?
Who's that,
But
the
how do you
hater guy?
reconcile? I'm talking about everyone, right? And how do you reconcile that? Some of them may be dead, right? How do you reconcile that? So
Hater family.
No. I mean, well, obviously, no. What I mean is, and because obviously they did that because otherwise they wouldn't be able to use all this old verse work anyway. I think. But I mean, how do you reconcile using all the old voice work, but internally it's really a remake completely, right? And then you tack that on top of it. That's going to be jank AF. But at the same time, the other option is, what I'm suspecting that this is a graphical remake on top of the old engine of the game, right? Yeah. That's equally jank in a different way. So it's like you lose either way in this aspect. But we still got to see what they're doing.
So how the heck do they have dinosaurs in Snake Eater?
They don't. That's the alligator.
Was it? I thought it was like a dinosaur in there.
It's an alligator. Because I know there's alligators in the game that
I thought it was a snake.
At some early points. At first it looked like a snake, but then I'm like, oh, this has to be that alligator from the earlier area of the game. So, and that's what it turned out to be.
All right, well, I'll find it later.
Yeah, because it's the bird. He catches that bird that the camera's following for a long time.
Yeah, I saw the bird. Yes.
Yeah, and then he catches the bird by the edge of the wing. I'm like, yo, the bird should make it. I'm like, oh, he cut the edge of the wing. Okay. But it was weird.
Huh.
Kind of went down.
I swear I saw a dinosaur, but I guess I'm wrong.
It was definitely an alligator. Like I said, I'm a Metal Gear fan. Trust me, I know.
And then Alan Wake 2, man. Have you guys played the gem of number 1?
Oh, yeah.
And American Nightmare.
Yes, I played that too. It was so good.
Yes. To me, that was actually the highlight of the show.
Alan Wake?
Yep. Like
for you personally.
For me. That's what I said.
Yeah.
It was the highlight of the show. I don't care about Spider-Man. For Alan Wake, I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm kind of salty that they're multi-plat now. And I'm gonna be honest. But at the end of the day, man, it didn't sell enough. Microsoft said, go ahead. Remedy wanted to do their own thing anyway. They got a publishing deal with 2K or something like that. So they want to be multi-plat. Microsoft is real gracious to these people that left, right?
They are.
They gave Insomniac Sunset Overdrive on the way out. They gave what is this? Remedy. They gave Remedy Alan Wake IP on the way out. That was very nice.
We know what happened with
it's like Microsoft. We want to leave. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that was a different regime that let Bungie walk out of the door, but still, like, just let them go. They didn't make it. They didn't make Destiny until they left, and then they got with Activision, and now they're with Sony, and they figured out how to tell these people that they want to do what they want to do.
Yeah.
You know, because with Microsoft, you could tell they probably want to do what they wanted to do, but they didn't have the money. So then they go to Activision, and Activision's like, nah, get this out. We need it out. We got a machine running over here. So they didn't like that. They left. And like they had so many investors in the company when Sony bought them, you know, and now they told Sony, hey, we'll come, but we're going to do what we want to do. We're multi-plat. Call us first party if you want to, but we're multi-plat. And Sony said, all right. So I guess now they might finally be happy because they get to do what they want to do and get money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Sony's in a position where they have to say, okay, you know, it is what it is.
They rake them over the coals with it.
Yeah, I'm a little salty that, you know, they let Remedy go like that, because to me, Remedy deserved way more love than we gave them. But, you know, it's hardcore people. We played it. But, you know, the casual, it should be on the level of Resident Evil at this point. That's how good the game is.
Yeah, the game is good.
In my opinion.
It should be mentioned in the same vein as Resident Evil, Silent Hill, Alan Wake.
Right. Okay.
The characters were good. The environments,
the story, the way he used
story. Yes, it was good.
Yeah, because he was a writer, and the way he's telling the story as a narrator.
Yep. Yep. So we'll see where the second one's going. I know I'll be planning to get it on Xbox, where it should be.
It's digital only.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
That's a first.
So you got a lot of people crying about that.
Wow. I didn't catch that.
Well, they're not
going to drink the tears, man.
They're always a vocal minority.
Yeah.
Because most people buy their games digitally. So
yeah.
But it's digital only, and it's $60. Which I hope sets a new precedent for these companies charging more money for less work. They don't give us our instruction manuals. They don't give us any of that.
Oh, really? It's $60 because it's digital instead of 70? Oh, same word.
I don't know if that's because, but that's what they hopefully it's setting a new precedent. Because we don't get the little maps in our games anymore like we used to. We have to start talking louder. Like we don't get the things we used to get, and they're charging us more to buy these games. They're charging us the same price digital as physical. And I've never understood it. So like I said, hopefully it sets a new precedent.
It's the servers. The servers are not cheap, but at the same time, this is like that's not why they did it, and that's not the excuse that they're giving. I think that's what everybody's assuming. But the servers do cost money, though. It has nothing to do with
the plastic and cardboard and CDs cost more money than the servers.
That's a lot of waste right there too.
The shipping costs and all that costs more than servers.
Man, the servers? No. Listen, man, I know that's your area, but these servers is my area. I'm telling you, these servers is not cheap.
Servers are cheaper than all this middle stuff that I just got finished mentioning.
Are they? But see, it's not even that I'm saying you're wrong. It's not that. It's that the over the time, because you always pay for the servers if they're being used or not. This is why, particularly with Sony, right? They always shut down the servers of games that are not active. As soon as they're remotely dead, done. Okay, EA, 2K, they do that with their yearly sports games, right? They don't. Once the new one is on the way, boom, they kill the server of the old one. It doesn't last, right? Because these servers cost money and they want to reuse them for the next year's game or whatever, right? So they cost over time because that cost always comes. At least with the physical media, you pay one time. But yeah, the servers do cost less over time, but it's always a bill they gotta pay, and that's the way they're gonna see it, right? Microsoft, and so the whole
nobody knows server.
Talking
about.
What are you talking about? These servers cost billions. Wow, but
it costs billions to set up. It's so many applications that they have to move.
But there's also maintain them. The people involved, like the electricity costs.
Just turn it off and on. It'll be fine.
But seriously, though, I'm just saying, what money they save isn't really that much, and they're not going to pass it on to us. But what I do like about this is that, even if it's none of that, right? And they're just like, hey, we don't think we needed to charge $60 for this game because there are budget games out there, right? That come out at say $40. They know they're not worthy of $60 because that's not the type of game budget or whatever. They decided that from the get-go. Maybe with Alan Wake, it didn't cost them as much as we're imagining, and decided, hey, it's an advantage to them, even though it's saving them money. Instead, they decided let's charge 60 for it, and that will be a bullet point to advertise. Hey, but then there's got to be a balance with that, because if it's too low, people are start thinking it's a budget game when it's just a budget price.
Well, they probably, they also read the stats of what other games are performing at $70, and if they're not selling as much as when it was $60, they probably thought to themselves, "Hey, let's just see,"
Yeah, I think they need to do that more often too. Like, a lot of these games they're charging too much for them off bat. A lot of these games aren't worth even the $60, right? And now 70 becoming the norm, right? Like. And that must be the line in the sand for a lot of people, because I'm seeing more people upset about that than when it went up to $60, right?
Dude, the only game that I'm paying full price this generation is going to be Diablo. That's the only game right now that I'm planning to buy day one that's not on Game Pass. And I'm not even buying the set. I'm buying the $99 version. I'm getting the Ultimate.
I did that for Battlefield. I did that for Halo, which is on Game Pass. Didn't need to do it, and I knew the disc was empty, right?
Yeah.
So, what else have I done that for? Where I got
not that I can't afford $60. I mean, I got all these controllers. I got 3 Xboxes. I can afford the games. I choose.
You have less time. You have more content than time.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter to skip something, because you're already skipping a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I'll buy what I want. Right. What did I buy?
He's a PlayStation baller. That's why.
Yeah. I bought God of War.
I haven't played that yet.
My son wanted it, man. My son is a big mythology nut, and he was like, "Can you just give me that for Christmas?" That's all I want. I said, "All right." So
this is all you want. You said this is all you want.
Yeah, but that ain't all I got. But I got Dead Island 2. I bought NBA 2K21 and then Madden this year. Those are the $70 games that I bought. God. I want to buy that 2K Drive so bad, but $70 is like, whoa, man. There's so many games out that we already have access to. Like, I just bought a game today that I'm like, man, this game probably be in Game Pass.
Yep.
But it looks like a cool little game. I can't remember. It reminds me of Ori. It's $30. I saw it and I bought it. I'll play it after the show. But I said, man, this game will probably be in Game Pass.
I bought. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, even if you're fighting game fans, like, the top 3 big ones are right around the corner around the same time: Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, and Tekken.
Yeah.
Like, the games are coming this year, big time, right? In comparison to the last 2 years, let's say, on all platforms, frankly.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about the Switch. I think the Switch had their one big one for Zelda, and that's pretty much it. I don't really follow what Nintendo's doing, right? So I can't really say, but I mean, they had their big one now, and that's going to hold them over for the end of the year until the next system, it seems like, right? But meanwhile, Xbox and PlayStation have content. Like, we're saying all this stuff about the PlayStation, so how bad it was. It was bad for PlayStation, but in terms of content, it was pretty good. It was, look at the 12 games that Microsoft mentioned in that tweet, right? That they were happy and proud that these games are coming to their system too. That's 12 games they showed that were great multiplats. But of course,
you Xbox trying to piggyback off the showcase.
Right. It's bad for the Sony narrative and blah, blah, blah. But still, the fact is, that's 12 games that both systems are getting.
Because Sony would never do
PC
that.
are getting most of them too. And PC are getting most of them too. So
Sony's a saint. Oh.
So things are good. Like gamers are eating good. In general.
Oh, yeah. Across the board.
Games is out there. The deals are out there. Do your homework as you always should anyway. There's more than enough. There's more content than time.
Oh, yeah.
It just is.
Planet of Lana just came out on Game Pass the other day. That's
It
something I've
came
been
out
wanting.
yesterday or day before yesterday.
Yeah, I think Tuesday came out, so I'm planning to play on that. I picked yesterday. Remember, I told you guys I went to GameStop yesterday, and the reason why I had a $5 coupon I was trying to use, and they actually had Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin on sale for $18.99.
I think 100
$18.99.
beat that game.
It was originally
it.
$40, and it was down by 50%, and I got it for out of pocket like $13.
Sweet.
Yeah, got it. And because I'm such a big PlayStation fan, I got it for the PlayStation, not Xbox. Gasp.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed that game was permanently marked down to $39.99.
Yeah, and they marked it down again. Brand new, it's 19. Used, it's 18.
I still don't want to play it.
100 liked it. He said he beat it. He liked it. Like
When
a lot of people,
every game he buys.
but as me too. You know why? Because I do my homework and I know myself. I know my I know myself. I know myself. Like honestly, in the past close to 20 years, honestly, I would say maybe 3 to 4 games that I bought. And I was like, why the hell did I buy this? It was a waste of my time.
Oh yeah, that was me.
What was I thinking, right? Most of the games I buy are games that I already know I like or will like, and I'm researched enough to know I'm gonna like it, right? Or even if I will like it, but no, I won't invest time in, not to buy. So it's also, and it's funny too. I'm gonna defend IGN. I'm about to defend IGN, right? And
really?
At this point, really, because I had this. I was thinking about it just objectively speaking, right? Everybody's complaining how IGN always gives the review score of a 7, right? But if you notice, they don't review everything. They review stuff that people are likely
they cherry pick.
Be interested, right? They cherry pick what they're going to review. Everybody does. You can't review everything, right? Now they cherry pick for other reasons, but I mean, objectively speaking, at least that's also true, right? No matter what outlet, there's just too many games, way too much content, right? So you cherry pick what you're going to review. You're going to review stuff that you think people are going to be interested in. If people are already interested in, likely it's going to be. It's only when the game is bad, when it was anticipated and turned out to be bad, you see low grades from any outlet. It's usually the games they're going to pick are games they already know people are going to like. At a minimum, they're going to get a 7 because a 7 is the average. Like when I see 5s and people like a 5 is the average, I don't see how you see that. Because I went to school, 70 was passing up until I went to high school, and it was 65. And I went to college, it was 60. I don't understand that. I don't know when the bar dropped, but logically speaking,
America's dumb.
You would think a 70 is passing. Anything lower than that is subpar, right?
Yeah.
So it should be a 7. And it's the same with that. Like, yeah. By default.
Here's something I didn't like from IGN, since you're such an IGN fan.
Oh, this. You also got the cut and paste of the other picture, right? To talk about
the cut and paste.
Okay,
no.
He means how they Photoshop Xbox out.
Yeah.
So, the third game in the Metal Gear Solid trilogy is being remade from the ground up for the PS5. Why not just say for next gen consoles?
Yeah, and PC. Like what?
Why be specifically only for PS5? Because it was shown in the showcase.
If the Switch had the muscle to be able to run the game, it would be on there too. Okay.
Yeah.
Konami's an equal opportunity home. They don't care. This is money, right? The only reason so it would have been on all platforms. If the Switch can't handle it.
Oh, and I love how everybody started jumping on. Logan goes and Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
That's for Xbox Series.
Yep.
And then that's when they said. Then Microsoft had to take to Twitter and let everybody know the games are coming to Xbox.
Oh yeah, it's right here.
But they made that tweet today because Xbox made their tweet like in the middle of the show. It wasn't even over yet, or had just ended when they tweeted this. Like they were making sure everything was ready.
Oh, this is the one you're talking about?
No. Where they took the one you were taking before. Yeah, also coming to Xbox. Yeah,
Yeah.
they confirmed that later.
Yeah. Read the side of it.
The side.
The next one. Yeah, the side right there.
Oh yeah. I read that. Yeah.
Make clear. Okay, now go to the next picture. Hit the little arrow there in between the picture and the paragraph.
And they took away the Xbox that was said on the left side.
Yep. PS Showcase, but that's literally Xbox's thing. Look, it's green in the background.
Yeah.
Like, yo, listen, man. How many times these news outlets have to violate, and there's some other ones to violate, and I'm gonna talk about that in a second, right? But this is a smoking gun, yo. 10 years ago,
like how much more obvious did it have to be?
10, 15 years ago, the whole game community, all platforms would have been like, yo, IGN, no. Okay, somebody had to get fired behind this.
Yeah.
Literally. Okay, there had to be apology. It would be a whole thing. Now this happens on a daily and it's just all good. People point it out, laugh at them, and they just move on. Like IGN would just block people who harass them the most about it and then move on like it didn't happen.
Yeah. This is stupid.
Some shit, yo. This is some shit, yo. And then the other thing is, how many news outlets and people from news outlets, like for example, Kat Bailey, I think she's at GameSpot, right? She's like, I don't understand what people are talking about. The show was good, and big and little too. Like the higher end YouTube people, right? Like to the lower tier websites like GamesBeat, not GamesBeat, Games Radar. I don't know what GamesBeat had said on the subject at all. So Games Radar, like the lower tier websites, they're all like, what? Yes, IGN gets money on the table. It's obvious. But what about all the other smaller ones who clearly they don't, right? Clearly they don't. Like even these youth, they don't have no money in these worthless YouTubers. They do it for free. They cap for free. We know they do, right?
Dynamic Vultures Game says IGN just posted this on Facebook. Wasn't this posted by an Xbox fan noting most of the show were multiplat? They cropped off the Xbox mention and added their own logo.
Yep. Yo, Microsoft needs to stop working with IGN. This is ridiculous, bro.
Here's the original one.
That. Yeah.
Here's the original one.
Yep.
Yeah. Microsoft knows that if they win the crowd, they win their freedom.
But they're not winning the crowd with IGN. Okay, messing with IGN isn't doing that for them.
Yeah, but they're not.
So why even waste time and energy?
They're not working for IGN. It's not like they're giving IGN inside scoops going on their YouTube channel. Or are
you don't understand? Microsoft does interviews, review codes, all that stuff. Stop doing anything with them. It's not a net win for them. Okay, the purpose of them giving access to IGN, interviews, games, all that stuff, right, is to get the word out there. But if the only word IGN puts out is nothing but negative, they spin everything negative, then stop messing with them. It's not. There is no benefit to it. Period.
You do understand that IGN only plays to the crowd, right?
IGN is. That's irrelevant to what I'm saying, though. It doesn't matter.
Not. You want Microsoft to cut them off, but they're not working for IGN, right? They're not even trying to convince IGN of anything. If IGN gave away a code for them, that still gives them attention to Microsoft. So
no, it doesn't. The only attention they're giving them is negative attention.
If you say
it doesn't matter.
Look, you can focus in on that, but what I'm saying is Microsoft is not going to cut anybody off. They know that once the sentiment of the public, which is mostly ponies and everybody else, once they have to stop saying what they say and start buying Xboxes to play these Xbox games, then they'll start to cater to that audience. They can't just sit back and talk negatively about Xbox if everybody's enjoying Xbox. But at this point, the number of PC players are, and then you have 50 million consoles sold from last year and 20 plus this year, right? You got 150 million PlayStation fans out there, so they're going to play the PlayStation. Microsoft knows they can't change that unless they go buy the whole thing. But I'm going to do that. I don't.
But they're not putting a narrative out there.
They're not.
Listen, the only thing they're putting out
the narrative is the games. Once people start playing these games, that's the narrative. Microsoft.
But that's what I'm saying. So leave IGN out of it. I don't think you hear what I'm saying. Because what you're saying.
Okay, I mean, if they cut IGN out, then who do they go to?
Listen, what do they need IGN for? All IGN does is.
Who else is there?
But I'm trying to answer you, and you keep interrupting me. Hear what I'm saying? They go to IGN. IGN takes what they give them and they shit on them and they just give them a black eye. That's not
So it's better.
positive
It's better
at
than
all.
better to give them nothing than having.
Yeah, and then just put out bad press.
But the
I
reason
don't know who the asshole was who said all press is good press. Hell no, bad press is bad press. That's why they call it bad press. Like, what the hell? It's a simple logic. I don't understand what the debate is even. Like, all they do is take what they give them and then use it against them. Shit on them. Period. That's not positive. That's negative. Period.
Woo! Yeah. Oh, what are you drinking?
I'm not drinking anything.
Was that you, Real?
No,
I think Real was drinking. He's on mute. Maybe that was me. Maybe that was my tummy. jelly in my belly.
Man, did you mute me?
No,
Nah.
you muted yourself.
Yourself.
Hey, I don't know how I muted myself. Now I said, who are they gonna go to?
I don't see why they should go to any of them.
Because if you can name any other publisher, right, or any other games writer, they're all doing the same thing. They're all taking their turns in rotation, taking a dump on Xbox.
Exactly. So stop fucking with all of them.
So you want them to cut the entire media off and nobody talks about Xbox ever.
The media, listen, they don't need the media. The media is not doing anything. It's like you say about Joe Average. We talk about Joe Average all the time. There's certain games they buy. Call of Duty, Madden, all the others that we talk about all the time, right? The press isn't responsible for that. If the press was gone tomorrow, that's not changing, right? Gamers already know what's out there. E3 is gone, right? Because these publishers realize they don't need them. They can advertise for themselves. Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft, they do their own shows. They don't need the press for anything. And there's people who are out here who are willing to advocate for free. And they're emotionally motivated to do so, right? So what they need the press for? The press doesn't do anything for them.
It's
Period.
Just like all the real Xbox fans. I listen to each and every one of them say Microsoft doesn't show me love or doesn't show us love over here. We really out here showing.
I'm
love
not talking about Microsoft showing me
love. Listen, what I'm saying, man, because everybody says the same thing. Even though what you just said, these people that are doing it for free, these people who love Xbox and they're emotionally connected, or whatever you just said, nobody even knows about these people, and that's the problem. They're always going to go. They're gonna. You don't have to like what these outlets say, but Microsoft is not going to just completely shut off all the media. They're not Sony. If Sony could do that, Microsoft can't do that right now.
Microsoft can, but they don't want to. They won't. I agree. But that press isn't doing anything. I just proved how that is.
You just said how you felt about it, but I'm telling you why that's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. I agree, but the press is worthless, man. They don't even. They're not even capable of doing their jobs as the press effectively. And I don't just mean, with the bias they have against Xbox. I just mean, objectively speaking, the press is horrible now. There are crappy journalists. They don't do no real journalism at all. Look at what's his name with the whole situation over there at Activision, right? He knew the whole time and held off on revealing any of that stuff until the whole thing, what was it? The merger, the buyout, right? And then now he wants to talk about all this other stuff that he knew all along. Okay, where's his journalism, roots then? All the stuff that was happening at Activision against women and stuff that he knew the whole time and never put nothing out until later. Like, the press is worthless, bro. They don't do anything for anybody.
Media as a whole is
exactly
unfair,
so. Run your own media. This is what Nintendo used to do back in the day. They had Nintendo Power. It worked for them.
Yeah.
And why aren't we still getting Nintendo Power magazine since it was so great?
What?
Why aren't we still getting Nintendo Power?
They don't print Nintendo Power anymore. They should. Nintendo still got Power. Huh? They should.
Oh,
but
no, they
guess
don't.
what?
Call it Nintendo Mobile then.
I don't know. They're selling. I don't know. Nintendo is doing pretty goddamn well despite that. Yeah,
I had Nintendo Power.
You see, back then when they said Nintendo Power,
Xbox,
they had power and they drove the power narrative. They were the first 64-bit. They had the strongest true 16-bit console. So yeah, that's Nintendo Power really had some weight behind it back then.
There you go. They ran their own press. That's basically what they did. and I think that's what gaming needs to go back to, because these outlets are worthless.
Nintendo was the only show in town, so they can do that. I doubt that. I mean, they can barely sell like other gaming magazines that have been around forever. They've all tried to do digital
magazines. We have YouTube, press, everything else that we have now. You need to spend. I think they need to spend that money on that instead, to get the word out directly to the people who can see it. Instead
for the people, by the people.
Instead of these talking heads who's doing it for money and switch at whatever time, right? Or to the highest bidder. Like, the hell.
So this is what I was saying earlier, Sid, and then I'll leave it alone. If they win the crowd, right? When you get enough people that are playing Xbox games and acknowledging that Xbox has good games, then you start to see the media play to those people. Right.
Now, so what do you need the media for if they could do it on their own?
Because I mean, it's not that they need them. They're not going to cut them off. That's what I'm saying. They're not going to cut.
They're not going to cut them off. I agree.
And they're gonna take everything in stride until they bring the games that they know are undeniable. Right? When they present enough games, game after game, they have enough studios to get this machine going. In about 2 or 3 years, you're gonna. This is what. Did we make a prediction show in the past? That like 2 or 3. No, this was that was Sega, man. Sega Forever show.
Yeah.
I said in 2 years, you'll start to see the media turn around, because you can no longer deny Xbox. I didn't think that Redfall was going to come out and score 58. I thought it was going to be in the mid 80s. I thought the Xbox was in line for another Publisher of the Year this year. But in another 2 years, you're going to see the media have to change, because people cannot continue to deny Xbox games. The numbers will speak for themselves. The Game Pass subscriptions will increase. The console sales will increase. And at that point, they cannot continue to trash Xbox. Right now, they can. Until Xbox gets the numbers, it's profitable to take a dump on them. But eventually, they will not be able to do it, and that's all I'm saying. Right now, Xbox is not going to lower themselves or look petty or anything else. They're not going to do that.
Right. Not right now.
Take everything in stride and keep on pushing.
I get it, but that's exactly what I'm saying. Look what you just said. The path to success is them actually putting out games that has nothing to do with the press or anything else, right? So stop spending that money and just work on the games. They come out, they do well, and then you do well, right? None of that involves the press. So stop spending money on the press and reinvest that money into your own advertising and everything else that everybody says they should be doing.
How do they spend money on press?
What do you mean? How do they spend money on press?
Spending money on press. How do they spend?
Yeah,
money
they do.
They
have to talk to them. They have to give them access to games, all this stuff. Right? That's time, money wasted.
You want them to not do that? Then review games.
I want them to give me a game.
Fine. There's enough people to review games. Nobody needs IG and all these other. Nobody even cares. Nobody really cares. If they weren't there tomorrow, it'd be fine.
Okay.
There's countless other people who review games.
Yeah,
I'll do it.
And there's a Metacritic to archive all of it.
Yeah, even users review. So I'm just saying, like that's the system. I mean, but I'm also going against the system.
Hey, listen, man. But I do
agree
with
what you mean.
Are they going to do it? Hell no. They should, but they're not gonna.
I don't think they will, because I think that they know that in time they'll be undeniable. I think that they know in time the media will have to change their tune.
And that's why they don't need the media, because in time of their own effort, not involved with the media, that's what they're going to do anyway. So
they don't need
why involve the media?
They don't need them, especially the media outlets we have now. They've lost so much power because of YouTube. And people like us being able to just get on here and say how we feel, as opposed to a media source is going to give a biased take. Because I still remember when IGN says Xbox has no games at a PlayStation Showcase. Like, whoa, that was kind of low, but that also shows, and it's been magnified even more, that there's a bunch of PlayStation fans in media, a bunch of PlayStation fans everywhere. Hell, even in regulatory bodies. So it is what it is.
Do it in the CMA, bro.
Not my PlayStation. Oh no, on my PlayStation.
Oh yeah.
Now we know it really must have been him who wrote it then. My PlayStation.
It's a different guy. He's talking about the guy who used to be a lawyer for Sony.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a different guy.
Do you think people take music movie reviews serious? I don't. People say Guardians 3 was terrible and I loved it.
People do. I don't, but people do.
Yeah, people take reviews from. Look, you gotta understand. Like most people our followers, sheep types,
Right.
and like you make your own mind up. If you say, "Oh, I don't care about reviews," and you won't understand people who do.
Right.
You know, I play a game on my own. I don't go to a review. What I'll do sometimes, I'll go to a review site after I play a game and see if what the people say line up with what I'm thinking. That's how I use reviews. Because otherwise, they can turn you off of a bad game. Man, I almost bought Gollum today.
No, what I do, if I'm interested in a game, I'll look at the most 3 YouTube channels. I'll just search for something. There's a couple that I watch constantly when I look at reviews, and kind of judge on them. Like, okay, it looks pretty. It's something I would like, or something like, oh no, I won't get that game because of XYZ reasons. That's what I do when I'm looking at reviews. But I don't look at Metacritic or any of those aggregates. I look at YouTube videos that are pretty balanced when they come with the reviews. And so far, the ones I've been using have always been good.
Yeah, I don't listen to anybody so much unless it comes up in autoplay, because a lot of people like Chill Up, a lot of people like Santor guy, and like what they had to say about certain games. I'm like, I don't know, man. I either liked it more or I liked it less. And what I find with a lot of these reviews, they either overhype a game or undersell a game.
Yeah.
So I like to just see for myself when it comes to these games. But we got to that from Microsoft. Like I said, I'll be done with that one. Like, I don't think they should.
Doctor, it's a message for you.
What?
I'll drive from PA to kick you. Golem.
What's wrong with Gollum, bro? Man, it looks like a nice little stealthy.
I didn't even know there was a game out.
I live in PA. He lives in Texas, man.
No, he's saying he lives in PA and he'll come to kick me.
I'm telling him to kick him. That's it. Like
He
just one.
From PA. Okay.
Just one swift kick. Just one kick, and then he's out.
Why? What's wrong with Gollum, man? Look, my wife loves Lord of the Rings, and she got my son on Lord of the Rings. And
what's it called?
Gollum.
That's it?
I'll look it up.
Doesn't seem like a title seller.
It's like the Lord of the Rings something.
Oh yeah, it is. It is. I see it now. Oops.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings Gollum.
Yeah.
The Lord, I was about to say, is a Lord of the Rings in little words and then Gollum in big words. So yeah.
Nah.
But I mean, if you look at it, but I've seen a lot of people say it just looks unfinished, and that doesn't make it a bad game. But I don't want to spend $60 for a game that dropped unfinished and dropped broken. I see a lot of people saying that they can't play it. I see a lot of people saying that they totally can't play it on Series S. I saw that a bunch of times, and I saw like 2 reviews say it was broken. There's like 12 reviews.
So you play as that guy?
You play as Gollum.
What does he do?
It's like a stealth game, adventure and exploration.
So
that's my kind of game.
See, I'm not very stealthy. Even though I enjoy stealth games,
not the stealth, but you like Metal Gear.
I like Metal Gear, but I go guns blazing though. That's the thing. I still go. I'll rack up my guy and with all his weapons he can carry and just go guns blazing. Now, sure, I'll go stealthy like in certain parts just because you have to. But if I go Schmeagle. It's Red Dead.
I don't like it.
I haven't seen her in a while. Hey, team, been ages. Dropping by to give you some love. Thank you.
I don't like it when the game pretty much leaves you no way out. That's the only way you can't get around stealth.
Why do I want Ryan Reynolds on this?
You want Ryan Reynolds on what?
He was like the Golem video ended and then his face pops up on the ad. Yeah,
randomly.
No. Yeah, randomly. I hate ads.
Yes.
So look, I saw like the space. I got in right. The dude was like, "Can Microsoft redeem themselves after?"
I thought you were hosting that.
I was not hosting it. I know the dude, so I joined. I was like, "Bro, why does Microsoft need to redeem themselves after Sony messed up?" So
Yo. Name the name of the person. Name the name of the person.
Can Microsoft capitalize off what PlayStation did? I'm gonna just say Prince something. He was in the space with us yesterday.
Oh, okay.
He's a nice pony.
Okay, that's fine, but still, what he's saying makes no sense. Like, wow. Okay.
Well, a lot of times people, they don't say what they mean. He's like, I agree with you, because Microsoft just needs to capitalize. They don't need to redeem themselves. I mean, if you're still trying to hold Redfall against them, they need to redeem themselves from that, or because we got to understand, man, people posted all these graphs and metrics about Microsoft's, I guess, aggregate score of all their games. I mean, they average like an 83 across all their games. So it's like,
I'll take B's.
All right,
dude, B is great. You know what I'm
saying?
B
is badass.
If you're in the nines, that's exceptional, right?
Yeah.
If you're a C at your 70s, you're average.
Average, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like that. But anyway, that's still good though. Like they won Publisher of the Year with 85, and that was the highest ever.
Red Dead says that Golem Games is DOA.
Man, y'all hate us.
That's coming to game.
He's saying that to piss you off.
Yeah, she hated it, man. Hey, Lord of the Rings was filmed in New Zealand.
I saw the first one in the theaters with my brother. After that, I just watched them.
It was filmed in their backyard, wasn't it? That's Red Dead's backyard.
Okay.
Yeah, man,
he's from New Zealand. Damn, man. That's the other side of the goddamn planet.
Yeah. She's in the future right now, man.
See them.
It's already Friday for her.
Oh wow, man! I wish it was Friday night.
So she's up late. She's up late right now, unless it's morning time. I don't know what time.
Early,
it is
it could be early there. Yeah.
You're 12 hours ahead in the morning.
Are they? Then it's morning time. She's probably having some breakfast. What do New Zealanders eat for breakfast? Like the same thing as we do?
Better than UK. I just hope it's better than what they serve in the UK.
Well, fish and chips,
avocado toast.
No, fish and chips is not breakfast. What they
beans
do is
and toast.
Yeah, beans on toast. Yeah.
What?
Yes.
No.
Yes, literally.
Beans on. I hate beans. But beans on toast.
Blood sausage, which I don't have a problem with. Right. What do you call it? Yeah. Dude, soft ass eggs with the beans on toast, bruh. It's nasty, bruh. It's nasty.
We need to interview Red and just kind of ask her the day-to-day living.
The individual things sound good though. The beans, right? Fine. Yeah. Toast, fine.
Beans are nasty.
Right? The blood sausage.
Never heard of
this beaner here.
Wow. I was about to say, and I was thinking of a way to say it. But you're Mexican and you don't like beans? Wow.
I can say this because
he just said this beaner don't like beans.
Yeah. He said it. He said it himself, so I didn't have to. Good.
I've never heard anybody of Latin descent, not even just Mexicans, that don't like beans, bro.
Yeah, bro. I don't get that. I don't even understand.
No, I don't eat any beans. No refried beans. No beans ranchero. No regular whatever bean. Nothing. No, I just don't like beans.
Wow.
I won't eat it. And my mom knows this. And every time I go over, she's making something to eat. Mijo, would you like some beans?
She's trying to get you to. She's trying to convert you, man.
I'm like, Mom, I don't like beans.
Disappointing her, bro.
I don't like beans. You used to love it when you were a baby. Okay, I was forced to eat that. I had no choice but to eat when I was a kid. But as I learned, I don't like beans.
Okay, he doesn't like beans. Remind me of my cousin, bro. He still doesn't like beans either.
Oh, it's funny when I go down to Mexico and visit my family. They're like, "You want some frijoles?" I'm like, "No, no." And it's not like I've never ate it. Here's a funny story. This is years ago. Went down to Houston, go visit my dad, and my aunt had a party going on for one of her grandkids. And my dad's like, "Hey, let's go down to your aunt and go see her. You haven't seen her in a while," and so on and so forth. I'm like, okay, I'll go. And so my aunt's like, "Hey, mijo, you want something to eat? We got hot dogs." I was like, "Yeah, sure. I'll go get some hot dogs." Or say, "Oh, don't worry, I'll get him. I'll give it to you." It's like, all right. So she brings out a plate of 2 hot dogs. It wasn't the hot dog I was thinking. It was a hot dog bread, yes. But in instead of just a hot dog, it was hot dog pieces and beans. So she just poured that, with all the juices and the beans.
The juices. Nah, yeah.
Yes.
And Granny made you some beanie weenies.
Beanie weenies, right?
Yeah, probably.
On a hot dog bread. And I look at it and I'm like, crap. Right? I didn't say anything. I didn't want to be rude. I went ahead and ate it. But my insides were like,
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah. No. And my dad, he just looks at me, laughs.
Because he knows.
He knows. And of course, I was like, do you want some more? Like, no, I'm good. I'm good.
You want some more?
When I was a kid, I wouldn't eat beans because of the way they looked. But I didn't like potato salad because of the way it looked.
What? Wow.
Yeah, but I eat them both now, though.
Because of the way beans, I can understand, but the potato salad, I can't.
Yeah, it's like yellow slop with eggs in it.
Okay.
Yeah, like chunky yellow slop with eggs and pickles.
Somebody said chili. Oh yeah, I love beans and chili. I don't like chili without it. I don't like beans in my
vice
chili.
versa. I don't like beans in my chili either.
And check this out: if somebody serves me a bowl of chili that has beans in it, you're gonna get a leftover. You're gonna get a bowl of leftover beans in it. I would eat around it. I will not eat it.
Yeah.
That's a
no
lot
beans
of work. I'll just say no, thank you.
I'm like,
when I was a kid, I used to do that though. Like pick
out
all the beans. I have a big pile of beans on the side of my chili.
Wow.
No, okay. So Poe is not asking. You must not like mushrooms. I love mushrooms. I like mushrooms. Onions. I prefer the fresh, crunchy onions, not the grilled, soft, like gooey. I don't like that.
Hey, well, we know Dr. Vodka's eating Karen's potato salad. I know that. You see what he said?
He said something about potato salad must have had raisins in it.
Raisins. No,
yeah, that's Karen's raisin potato salad, man.
Yeah. Oh, this is too funny. Now we got into food. All right, man. So I told you this subject was going to take all the show, man, pretty much.
Oh, we left the main subject a while ago. We just been cracking jokes on this.
Yeah. Only the last 5 minutes. That wasn't very long. But either way.
But to close it out though, with that, man, look, it was a good show. Good for State of Play. It was a horrible showcase for PlayStation. I actually feel bad for my PlayStation brethren, even though they don't care about us. I would feel horrible if Xbox had left me hanging for 2 years looking for some showcase to show me the future, and that's what I got.
Right.
A bunch of indies and some CGI trailers, and because they're not a multiplayer community, so some multiplayer games that they're not interested in, and then a Wii U peripheral, and some VR that they didn't buy. Like I would feel bad. Like if Xbox came out, start showing us some like AR HoloLens stuff, and none of us can afford to buy it. Like, oh man, like I feel bad. I'm putting myself in their shoes, and moment of silence for you fellas and chicks out there, man, because that was bad for y'all.
Yeah,
to say that y'all waited 2 years.
Y'all been taking it bad.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
And once again, I gotta give them respect. The biggest names that I've seen, I don't know of an example of one who did not. Right? They kept it 100, bro. They said, "Yo, this is largely horrible," and they didn't make excuses. Generally,
maybe the biggest names did, but like the biggest people on Twitter, they were like, "Oh man, Spider-Man, that made it a 10 for me. Oh, Metal Gear, that made it a 10 for me." I'm like, oh, man,
they always wait for that one game at the end that made it a 10. Not the games in the middle, not the ones at the beginning. It's always the last one.
And then they talk about the whole show, like the whole show is great somehow.
Yeah.
That was just not a good showcase show. It was
not at all.
I even wanted to see it. I stopped what I was doing. I was playing games and I stopped what I was doing and watched that show, and I was like, man, this is bad. I was watching it with one of my pony boys, man. He got a channel, and I was in his chat, and he was like, "Yeah, realist, man, this was underwhelming, man. I gotta go." As soon as the show was over, he was done. Yeah,
Wow.
'cause it's very disappointing, man, because you already knew Spider-Man was coming.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then they showed us a bunch of Xbox games. So as a PlayStation fanboy, you have no ammo. You have no ammo to come with. You just take your medicine, man. That's what I tell them all, is making excuses for that show. Because at first
drink a lot of water like me.
Yeah, because at first they weren't having a showcase because they were fighting Microsoft and they didn't want to look strong. Now that we know that their whole case has been tossed out, now they should be able to show something. Oh well, now they're just waiting to see what Microsoft does in June. Bro, they waited for 2 years, man. You're gonna continue to make excuses instead of acknowledging things as they are, and is that they're outgunned right now. This is what they did all last generation, to show us stuff show us nothing or show us something that was 4 years away. They didn't even have nuts to do that yesterday. That just lets me know, man, that Microsoft's about to knock it out of the park, man. I kind of,
Oregon.
Yeah, it's about to be a Shoryuken come June 11th, and if it's not, man, I'm selling both my consoles.
You ain't selling nothing.
Oh,
I'm not.
Remember that time I told you guys I can't find my Switch?
Yeah,
I think I told you guys a few shows ago. I still can't find it. It's around here somewhere. I just don't know where. So when I picked up my older son, he goes, "Hey, Daddy." I'm like, "What?" He's like,
wait, hold on. Pause.
Right.
I like the way he said "what" with the annoyance.
You know what? Because I know he wants something. And he's like, my friend. I forget what his name is. My friend, we'll just call him Jimmy. My friend Jimmy. He said he's selling his Switch. Can we buy it? It's like, we can't even find the first one. We're not getting another one. We're just not going to buy it because you lost the first one. Or we lost the first one.
Right.
He's like, but he told me it's a $400 console. I was like, I know how much these things are. You don't need to tell me. He's like, but he's selling it for $150. And I'm like, how much? He's like, $150. Something's wrong with it. Nope. Yeah. Something's wrong with it. And if it's one of your friends, they, like drooled all over it or something, got candy.
Oh, jeez.
All sorts of crap on it, like a kid would do. So, yeah. Like, nah.
I don't know. I sold my nephew my leftover Switch for $150.
It's because you're a baller, man. You got PS5. You got two PS5s.
I showed him love, man, because he was like, he really wanted a Switch. I was like, man, this is. I was like, it was just sitting there because I bought an OLED.
So why didn't you just give it to him? You charged him $150.
Yeah, see,
because it wasn't free to me.
So.
It wasn't free to me.
What do I mean? Listen. Though it's the way you're portraying it. Like you did a good deed because you sold the kid. Okay, your own family.
He's not a kid. He's not a kid. He just got $12,000 for being on the World Series team. What you mean?
How old is he?
He's 19.
Oh, never mind.
He's not a baby.
So the context, the way you're saying it, it made it sound like this young kid.
You just assumed that my nephew was a kid.
It's the way you're saying it. It was the way you were saying it. Yeah, I really did.
No. I'm just saying for $150. Look, I agree with Tech. Like, I don't think I would want to buy anything off a kid. And all I was gonna say is I sold it for $150 and it was handled by an adult. But that was me showing him love because I really didn't want to sell it all. I didn't care because it's mine. I bought it because I wanted it, but I wasn't using it since I got the OLED. And my kids, they don't take care of stuff. Yeah. I was saving it for my wife because my wife let the kids tear up the one that she uses, but
she let them.
Nintendo doesn't have great cloud saves and technology and all this stuff. So then she's scared that she's gonna lose her Splatoon saves.
My Metroid save is gone. I'm so mad.
So mad.
It's so mad.
How's it gone though? Because like for like us, you can only have your account on one Switch and then kind of like move it around.
Yeah, but I don't have the cloud service to upload the save.
You have to pay for that online stuff to get cloud?
I think so.
Nintendo?
Well, I paid for it because my wife plays Splatoon, so
see,
I just didn't know.
Yeah, I don't pay for it.
Saying baller, yo.
Bro, it's $29 a year.
It is 20. That's like 20 bucks.
Yeah, it's a jokes though. I'm scared.
Jokes, God, man. Like really getting all real here.
Dude, I only have to work. I only have to work.
$29.
That's one day. That's one day on the job at McDonald's, and I pay for that. Come on,
man. And you get what you pay for with that, don't you? Right? Because
I can't afford the next year.
Because up until like last year, like the servers were Windows 98 or some shit. Like literally for real, Windows 98. I mean, yeah, you would get what you pay for real.
Because see what I do for that next year. I just go
Doctor says your Switch is under your PS5. It probably is.
I would explain a lot.
Oh yeah, you might, because you do have your PlayStation in like a cabinet, so you might need to check behind it.
It's behind the TV because it doesn't fit in the cabinet.
You see what Punty said? He said, "Don't buy anything from a kid. They don't wash their hands properly. Yep. There's probably dookie all over it. Remember your childhood? Did you wash your hands?" I mean,
dude, this is a few. I think I told you guys this story once, where I was looking for a second Elite controller. This is when the Elite 1 was the only thing out there, and I found one on Craigslist, and this kid was selling it for like $50, I think. And it was missing the pieces, the removable pieces. And from the pictures he had there, it didn't look bad. So I was like, all right, let me go see it. So I met him at the store. He showed it to me and I handled it. Dog, it was worse in person. Like all the rubber gripping was coming apart. It was, like it was just bad. And I'm like, dude, I gave it back. I was like, I'm not paying $50 for this. He's like, come on, dog. It's like, come on. Like, he was a young kid. He wasn't like some young, like 15-year-old or 12-year-old. But still, and I go, I'm not paying $50 for this. This is missing a lot of pieces. I got to buy all the pieces. I got to replace all the rubber on this controller. It's bad. It's bad.
I'm bad.
And he goes,
I'm bad.
He's like, man, give me $25 for it. All right, sold. Give me that. Give him $25 for a control. I spent $15 on extra parts and got me a nice usable controller for $35, like $40 complete.
Sanitize it.
Yeah. I cleaned it up, man. I definitely cleaned it up too.
Swimming in hand sanitizer.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's close it out, man. So, any last words before we go? Because, man, I gotta lay in bed because I'm not feeling too good.
So,
hey, PlayStation fans.
PlayStation just closed the show on Xbox. They just closed the curtains.
Yeah. In all reality, PlayStation fans, man, remember what you used to tell us? Remember what you used to tell us, right? Do better. Right? Do better. Do a lot better. But step one was acceptance. This is key, right? There's steps to this. Step one was acceptance. And I said from the beginning, bravo to the biggest names of y'all. And I guarantee you there was multiple exceptions to the rule, but generally, respect. But it's a long path to glory, and you guys are starting from many steps behind. So it's going to take you time. It took us time, a lot of time. Good luck to you. You're gonna need it.
I know. Punty's saying you got sick. I don't know, man. It's been a rough couple of months. I mean, like I get these little sicknesses. I get better, and I'm good for like 2 weeks, and then all of a sudden I get this like little bug up my ass, and I don't know, man.
And answer. Who is that? Punty. The OLED Switch does nothing different but have an OLED. That's it.
Yeah.
Punty's like, take your vitamins, man. Yeah,
I need to take my vitamins. My kids brought home something. I'm trying to get rid of it.
Yeah, so I bet you as the kids, man, bringing back something. I'm glad tomorrow's the last day, sort of.
Today was the last day for them.
Yeah,
but
no,
like
tomorrow.
2 of my kids had to stay home for the last day anyway.
So, yep, tomorrow's probably a short day. They'll be home bugging the heck out of me when I try to work. So, all right. That's all we got to say. All right. Good night, everybody. Thank you for Chatterbox. Thank you very much. Thank you guys for showing up. It was fun. I don't know what your Xbox gonna do, man. You're gonna have to do something very good in next month.
Accountable.
Yep.
Amen. I'll see y'all June 11th, bro.
That's what I'm put on Twitter. Yeah, I need a whole PlayStation accountable.
Yep, whole PlayStation accountable for real. No jokes. I mean, we're laughing at, but that's literally what we got to do, right? I mean, what they got.
Somebody has to answer that. Jim Ryan show out that Bun show, and then it says, "Thank you for your unwavering support." Just basically slap you in the face.
Yep.
You try to close the show. I'm done.
Yep.
Peace. All right, guys. Good night, and we'll see you next week. Peace.